guys, so today I am going to be doing a book review on Stormdancer by J. Kristoff. Now this book I was very intimidated by. It's just, there's small print and it's set in a different culture which I am not familiar with, so I was a bit intimidated to go in this book. After I got through about 60, 70 pages, I was hooked. This book is about a girl named Yukio whose father is a huntsman for the Shogun. I'm going to be butchering a lot of names within this. It's going to be cringeworthy. One day, the Shogun wants a griffin, which has been extinct for a very long time. If you fail to complete the mission that the Shogun has given you, you are gonna die. He is a very terrifying person. While hunting for the griffin, Yukio finds herself separated from everyone else, their ship crashing, and a disabled griffin as an ally. This book is a whole adventure of steampunk action fighting that is just amazing. You have the new fantasy element within this culture, so it is an amazing book. There's so much character development within this book that it takes you a bit to get through it. Like, with the first 50 or 60 pages, the most character development. Plus, there's also a lot of world development within this. Yukio is such a strong character. Also, Yukio has a gift. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. There's a perfect blurb to what I thought when I first heard about this book. What's that? You say you got a Japanese steampunk novel with mythical creatures, civil unrest, and a strong female protagonist? I'm sorry. I'm afraid I miss everything you said after Japanese steampunk. Really love this book. I love the whole new fantasy element. I love learning about the new culture and the new terms. Plus, the book is just beautiful in itself. You have this wonderful cover with the blood red sky. You have the griffin Yukio on the cover with her cannot say that. The chapters were actually designed in a way, and it just makes it so much beautiful. I love it when books do that because it just makes me feel like I'm not only reading, but I'm also looking at art. Another thing that's really interesting about this book is the clans. All the powerful clans, the tiger, dragon, phoenix, and the fox are the ones that are ruling, and if you don't belong in one of those clans, you are clanless. I highly recommend that you guys go read this, because if Japanese steampunk did not sell you out, if you're a fantasy person, you should definitely go read this, because I don't know what you're doing if you haven't. I don't see a lot about it on BookTube. Just a must read in my opinion, and plus I'm really looking forward to the next book, Kinslayer. That's kind of my non-spoilerish book review. If you guys have read this book, stay so then we can talk and discuss about it, because I really need to talk about it. I need to discuss it. Anyways, non-spoiler people, I will talk to you guys in another video soon, and until then, goodbye. Yukio's gift. These people called impures. And I really don't understand what the heck these impures are. Are they like type of rebellions or something? Until Yukio tells us about her gift that her and her brother had that enabled them to talk to animals. They call it the gift from the fox because they're from the fox clan. This gift just gives us a high advantage when we're capturing the griffin, which, by the way, was an awesome scene. Hanging out in this rainstorm, suddenly there's the most beautiful animal that you have ever seen, and it's trying to kill us? That was expected since we're trying to capture it. It's a free animal. Yukio's father, his idea to kill the spirit in him is to cut off his feathers. I really wish Yukio stood up to her father more, like stood in front of the cage and been like, no, you are not doing this. She has a harsh relationship with her father ever since that her mother left and her brother's death. And she kind of feels like she's the one that's the adult. The harsh relationship just gets in the way of a lot of communication that could have explained more thoroughly. Of course, the last words they always say to the person before they're separated is, I hate you. Every time something bad's gonna happen, they're gonna be separated and one's gonna think the other's dead. The last thing we ever did was fought. kind of find that aspect annoying, but then it has its own twists and turns within the book, depending on how you use this argument, last word, sentence, crashing from this flying ship. Couldn't wrap around my mind that it was actually a flying ship. And then by the time I got used to it, we crashed, escaping atop of the griffin. Get off me! What? I'll die! Better one than two. Rude! She just saved you. Can't you just show a bit of gratitude and wait until get a bit lower, then kick her off? And his way of owing her is to save her from these dimentic beings called Onis. He is kind of helpless without his wings. We formed the alliance. The first time we see Ken, I really didn't believe he was actually a person. I was really believing him to be a spirit that only she could see. No, he's actually real. He is a guildsman. After we find him in the woods, oh, he's actually real. I just love how she named him after her dog that she first connected to. Timbaroo, I love that. It just set up this whole relationship that I was going to build. The people in the woods. It took me a bit to not trust them. I thought they were just people that didn't like living under the shoguns, and I thought they were just trying to escape from all that. But, you know, that was wrong. They were actually the Cade, the ones that set the lotus flower on fire. This lotus flower is very toxic, but can be used in many ways. I kind of see their purpose, and I also see why Baru would really like to team up with these people. So the part that frustrated me about Yukio was the fact that it took her so long to actually wrap around her head that these mythical creatures, Baru, the Oni, were actually real. You fought 5 Oni. You have a griffin with you, and you're still saying that they're myths? She's been through so much evidence, and yet she still doesn't believe it. And Stormdancer was an oh my god, I spent the page. I'm so sorry, Paige. So the sudden news of Yukio's mother's death. I was really hoping throughout this book that she was actually going to be alive. She's going to be like, Yukio, my daughter, it's been such a long time. Realizing that she was actually killed on the note of the Shogun ignites our hatred. We have to kill this person because he's killed so many innocent people. Baru's feathers start growing back. Everything is betrayed, and then he comes after and cuts off his new feathers? I officially hate this guy. Baru would rather have Yukio than have his new feathers. I really love Baru's personality. Like, he's sarcastic and he's funny. He's kind of impatient, but he's the funny impatient type. It's so hilarious how they like family. The love interest with Hiro. I did not like him from the beginning. I really cringed when Yukio decided to be with Hiro instead of with Ken. Ken is much sweeter, and he actually made her a little toy griffin, and he just knows Yukio better than Hiro, which can be tossed around by Baru. I didn't trust him, I didn't like him, and all that added up to him being a traitor. At this point, everyone's dying. It's just so depressing. Shun is dying in Meshu's arms. Her uncle is injured, and Princess is dead. It's just everything is not working out. They find the power to slip into his mind and damage his mind into death. I kind of had one where I thought about a scene in Cress, where she was drove into insanity and killed herself, but Meshu, her father, no! He lost so many people already. Can't we just spare him? We figure out that it was actually him that Yukio inherited the gift from. The gift had to come from someone. It just didn't come out nowhere from the fox, which I thought. He told her everything from the beginning, from her mother's death to the part where he actually has the gift too, would just make a better relationship between them and just like get rid of some of the hatred that Yukio had. In the end, everyone is dead, we're all alone. We started the rebellion, but we also started a war between the other clans that are wanting the throne. We left Ken behind. I thought we had him with us. Where's Ken in this scene? Oh, and the leather feathers. I just found that so creative. His artificial feathers that Ken made. We just need Ken. He's done so much for us, and he's like one of those pieces that you just need. I'm expecting so much to happen in the next book. Anyways, that was my book review on Stormdancer by J. Kristoff. I want to reread it again and experience everything all over again. I'm trying to get my hands on Kinslayer as soon as possible. So comment below when Kinslayer, is it good? Is it like awesome? Anyways, that's all for this video. I made the deadline. I made it. So 2 book reviews, 1 month. Yes. Talk to you guys next time, and goodbye.